Partial cameras today outside this California courthouse.
How you feeling?
All eyes on the 24-year-old accused of a tragedy that claimed the lives of 4 young Pepperdine University students. Frazier Michael Bowen, charged with their murder, is flanked by his family and his high-powered attorney.
Are you hoping to get the murder charge dropped? Felony manslaughter?
That's why we're here today.
This motion before the court is the latest in the case that has continued to torment the victims' families and friends.
I still feel pain, but that kind of pain is something that you can't even imagine, something that you can't even put into words.
The Pacific Coast Highway, or PCH, runs along the ocean in Malibu, California, home to surfers, celebrities, and multi-million-dollar homes.
Can you imagine having a house here? This is the American dream right here. Small little town. Kids probably take a bus from here, or you got to take a 20-minute. They got to get up at 6 just to be to school at 7:30 on the other side of the mountain up there. Got all the sports and everything over here, little complexes. Got the good gym, good food. You go other places, but they really can't come to you because you far away. Like good knit family community. You can go do stuff on the beach or drive in to the city. Like this is the American dream, was getting houses. Most people can't even afford houses. This is probably 1 point something right here, this little house.
Or PCH runs along the ocean in Malibu, California, home to surfers, celebrities, and multi-million-dollar homes. The Pacific Coast Highway, and what some call Dead Man's Curve in particular, has long been decried as dangerous. Since 2014, at least 61 people have died on the 21-mile stretch of the highway that runs through Malibu, which includes Dead Man's Curve. In 2024, the mayor of Malibu announcing a task force to combat the issue.
We need to really talk about Malibu and PCH.
Since the accident, I had a person driving 112, the car was impounded, person driving 109, 18 years old, unlicensed driver, another person driving 107.
In 2015, Caitlyn Jenner was involved in an accident that resulted in 1 fatality. Jenner was not charged. This notorious stretch of road chronicled in the documentary 21 Miles in Malibu.
This road was never meant to handle that many people.
This is going to end badly.
The film, produced by Michelle Shane, whose daughter Emily was struck and killed on the PCH when she was 13 years old.
She was a really good kid. She was a sweet, kind person who didn't have a mean bone in her body.
I remember when I first moved out here and I was a freshman at Pepperdine, the one thing they sort of tell you is, you know, be careful of PCH. Don't speed, don't run across it, even be careful using pedestrian walks, don't go on the sidewalk. You know, they're very cautious of it.
Why they ain't build nothing up and around it, like a bridge? Like, you know, in Jersey, they got like over the turnpike, they got the little bridge with cages. And that's RIP to these young ladies right here.
Seniors Asha Weir, Deslin Williams, Neve Rolston, and Peyton Stewart were killed instantly when a BMW plowed into them along the stretch of the infamous highway at 8:30 p.m. on October 17th, 2023.
As soon as it happened, I knew exactly what it was. Car accident.
The damage was incredible. The debris pattern was all over the streets. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in 7 years of working in Malibu and responding to accidents on PCH.
Bridget Thompson lost 4 of her sorority sisters, best friends, and roommates that night.
It's heartbreaking. It's hard knowing that my friend's life stopped in that moment at the hands of him.
Prosecutors say the car, driven by then 22-year-old Frazier Bowen, was speeding at more than 100 miles per hour on Dead Man's Curve. The speed limit was 45. This home security footage shows the car flying by seconds before the crash.
It was avoidable. Speed was the issue.
Now he's been charged with 4 counts of murder and 4 counts of vehicular manslaughter. He's pleaded not guilty and was released on a $4 million bail.
It's disappointing to know that he's
Well, they got money.
Walking free, and they got their lives stolen from them, and their families have empty chairs at their tables, and their families have to live with this every single day.
Oh, I can't imagine.
The victims' families are also suing in civil court.
I do believe that he's being charged in the proper way. I trust the prosecution in that, and I do believe that there's consequences for your actions, and this can set a precedent for the future.
What he was doing was dangerous, and he is coming up with excuses as to why the collision occurred.
Prosecutors arguing that Boehm's extreme indifference to human life.
Damn, he can't get rid of that rich kid look, that Tom Brady rich kid look if he wanted to. Yeah.
Warrants the charges.
He's been charged with 4 counts of what are known as implied malice murder. It is often applied to traffic accidents, most commonly DUI cases, but you also have speed contest cases with these, 2 fast and furious young guys with fins on their cars will engage in racing. What's interesting about this case is there's no allegation that Mr. Boehm was under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Speed cannot be treated as malice.
Boehm is being represented by renowned LA defense attorney Alan Jackson.
Frazier Boehm has never been and will never ever be a murderer. He did not intentionally or with any kind of an implied malice take any lives. This was a
Doesn't malice, like, wouldn't that, like, he meant it, or like, like, that's what I think of when I hear malice. Like, it was some type of negligence, I'll put it that way. I don't know if he didn't mean to kill 4 young women, but he did behavior that he know was wrong. Going over 100 and somewhere that's 45. Are you crazy? And nowhere in being a child and now where I've done that. At most, I might have went to 60. Like, ooh, like you looking 100. Especially if you live in the area and you know that and you've been briefed over and over again. Hey, this is what happened. You can go sit down for at least a good 10 years, I think. 10 to 15 years. It sounds like a long time, but 10 years for their family, I don't know. I don't know about if he should do life. Should he do life? I don't know. I don't think that's
tragedy. It's a tragic accident.
Jackson is no stranger to high-profile cases, representing disgraced Hollywood titan Harvey Weinstein and successfully defending Karen Reed after she was charged with murdering her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, the case becoming a media frenzy in the Boston area.
It was corrupted by a lead investigator whose misconduct infected every single part of this case.
In his latest case, Jackson says Boehm was trying to get away from another driver that he viewed as a threat.
He was being harassed on the road. All the evidence points to it, and we intend to show that to you.
So malice is intentionally desired. Malice behavior is the intentional desire to cause harm, injury, or suffering to another. It can be expressed through spiteful actions. Like, I don't know, like if it was his girlfriend in the car, he like, oh, I want to just run into her. He does it, then yeah, maybe malice. But I don't know if he went out like, oh, I want to do this. Yeah, because I hate the world and I just got fired, so I'm gonna just run down. I don't know. It was just more like probably partying, like, let me hit this and stop real quick. I got the will. I'm high on life. Who knows? He was on a little testosterone or something.
Jackson also arguing in court to have the murder charges dismissed.
And the law demands that the murder counts be dismissed so that this case can proceed on the proper charges. The charges the evidence actually supports.
On one hand, the jury is going to see
what does he
this
think?
Young man who made a horrific mistake and is on trial for his life. On the other hand, this is a very well considered, well thought out prosecution that I believe is properly charged the way they did it.
Boehm had no passengers with him, and neither drugs nor alcohol was a factor, according to authorities and his attorneys.
That's big.
Bridget Thompson, that October evening 2 years ago, started out like a typical college night out. Just minutes away from meeting her friends, she gets stuck in traffic.
There's a huge accident outside, and all their locations are here, but they're nowhere to be seen. So I called all of them, and none of them answered.
The death shaking the entire Pepperdine community.
The following day after the accident, none of us went to work or did anything. We just stayed with each other, and then Pepperdine, opened its arms to our community, and there was a wake. That night we were one. We were all one, just praying and worshiping and just
community
being in together.
In court today, the judge denying the defense's motion to dismiss the murder charges against him. If convicted of murder, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. Bridget wants her friends to be remembered.
I take them with me wherever I go every single day. think I'm a different person than I was before I met them. They changed me for the better.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's what I'm conflicted about. Should he do life? I understand he messed up, and it's like, oh, that's obvious, a life or a life. I don't know, let's see what the comments saying. I think he should sit down for at least 10, 15 of those years. It's not an accident if you intentionally drive 100 miles an hour sober in a marked 45 miles an hour zone. So, like, if he had drugs, it'd be like, oh, it was his fault. He decided to drink and drive or do this drug and stay up all night and drive. If he don't, then it's like, you know what you're doing. Like, either way, it's like he damned if he did, damned if he didn't on that one. But if his lawyer can prove he was driving 100 miles an hour to get away from a potential threat to his life, it's unfortunately could consider it an accident. I don't know how they're going to do that, but stop treating reckless driving like it's a low-level crime. That's true. You have a 2-ton vehicle, 5-ton, 10-ton trucks, and you treating them like they're nothing and doing drugs and just getting into them, going 45 miles an hour, going 60, 70, 80 miles an hour on 100 miles an hour on the highway. Vehicles that it'll take them 30 seconds to stop it. They see something like, they take them 20, 30 seconds to stop it. We can't, that's not a low level. Like, you putting people's lives at risk. That cars are so normalized, it's not looked at like a threat. They are. Especially the ones today. They ready to crumble up. Cars of old in the 40s and 50s, like, you could hit them and just, it's nothing. Like, they bumped your door and all you gotta do is go hammer it out. It ain't like that no more. These cars are technically based. It ain't about protection. The fact that he even got bonded for killing 4 people to tell how sick the world is. Yeah, he at home. The president of Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, God. They want to keep blasting the car on the road. It was the driver. He needs. Damn, I wonder if any of those girls had their seatbelt on. 4 people. That must have been crazy. Hopefully it wasn't too much. They went quick, I guess I'm saying. He's an idiot. Speed like that is truly malice. Yeah, like, Like, I guess that's why I say, like, I would get nervous, like, if it's 45 and you're going 55, 60, like, ooh. Not only the cops, but you're like, all you got to do is start seeing crosswalks or something, I'm stopping, going slow. I don't want nobody pop out on me. I ain't paying attention. Traffic cam catch me on my phone. Nah, I'm looking on the road. I'm attent. I'm a defensive driver in every way possible. I'm going. I'm looking. I'm putting my turn signals if I'm merging, getting over. I'm letting people see, like, I'm letting you through. I'm like, I don't get mad. You cut me off. I'm like, I wonder what that person was going on in their life. God bless them. I wonder what they got to get to. I hope nothing ain't happen. Ain't nothing for work. They ain't late for nothing that's important. Like, maybe they just listen to music and ain't mean it. That's what I be thinking. I'm a defensive. 4 lives taken, 4 families forever changed, friends and colleagues devastated, and he dared ask for leniency. Yeah, that's grandkids they ain't gonna have. They ain't gonna have them seeing them get married and grow up and do this and do that and graduate, hold a diploma, seeing what they're gonna do in life. Whether he intentionally did it or not, he still killed 4 people. That alone should put him behind bars for a very long time. Yeah, but what is a long time? Suspects seem to walk away from the incident. I always feel like they'd be so relaxed and expecting it that other people don't see it. I think it's because they never post on these internets. Think about it. If the drunk driver did die, then that means there would be no news or court announcement if nobody was arrested. Oh, I see what they're saying. Alcohol makes your body more limp. Could help. Yeah, it could help them. They so drunk and high. Yeah, 100 miles an hour. RP to those women. Let me know what y'all think, Cave Dwellers. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Welcome to the Cave.